Hey everybody, Harry Brailsford. It's day 2 at IBM Think, which is a combo conference this year from my prior coverage, where they've kind of combined the global partner motion with the traditional Think conference and IT pros and so on. So we're in beautiful San Francisco with Johan Arts. How you doing?
Nice to see you.
Good. What is your title at IBM?
I'm the Vice President for IBM Security Channels worldwide.
Okay, so that's why we have security guards just off camera to make sure you get where you're going. Okay. Well, I appreciate your time. A couple of things. So, a simple question. What is an MSSP program at IBM? What are you doing?
So let's talk about what the acronym means, right? An MSSP is a Managed Security Service Provider.
Yep.
And it's kind of the response of our end user customers facing lack of labor skills and facing additional cyber threats, are looking to players who are specialized in that field, who take on additional cyber responsibility.
Yep.
So it's like a flavor of outsourcing your security risk to a player who specializes in that. And that's a big trend in cybersecurity, and what we did is put a program together to better cater for that group of partners.
Yeah, and it's probably one of the hottest sectors. We could take up our available time, Department of Defense employment. I mean, we could go on and on and on about security, but suffice it to say it's a hot sector. And along those lines, my audience at SMB Nation, we're a lot of things, but not surprisingly focused primarily on small and medium businesses, because we are that ourselves. But something you may not have known is a large part of our audience are men over 50 who get laid off at Fortune 1 companies. That's a sad reality, right? You put in your years at GE or one of the well-known names, and you get a little older, and they bring in the younger, cheaper person to do your work. Now, what that means is that these fellas are becoming MSPs. And my question is if someone's kind of rebooting their career and starting over, is the MSSP program you have a reasonable pathway? Like, can they pass your exams? Maybe you could give me some mechanics, and then let's make sure it's the right fit.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. So I would distinguish between two categories, right? So on the one side, it's our investments in general assets that make people learn more about cybersecurity.
Right.
And those are the kind of assets that we think are very relevant also for individuals who are looking to learn more about that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of also our responsibility to society. We need to have collaboration between the good guys as well as the collaboration that the bad guys have in general.
Yeah.
And then what we see is that we see sometimes that the smaller SMB-oriented MSPs, they are starting to collaborate with the bigger specialized MSSPs.
Correct. Yeah.
In fact, some of our MSSPs have specialized programs where they in turn collaborate with those MSSP players as well. And so it's a mix.
Partner to partner
it's
going on.
partner to partner.
Yeah.
Remember that
we like that.
Yeah, we have the announcement around the Business Partner Connect here, where we're looking to facilitate that these kind of partners can find each other in a better way. But on top of that, we're also investing in special programs to help that early investment in knowledge in a way that everybody can kind of up their own expertise as well.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, what is the end user customer looking for? They're looking for well-trained, relevant cybersecurity experts. And there's a big labor shortage in this market that we're looking to address.
2 million in the next, several years?
It's 2 million by 2020, and it's a well-documented shortage.
That's only 10 months away, brother.
All right.
Hey, I want to change the subject before we go.
Okay.
As you know, I hail from Seattle, which is, it's good and bad. It rains a lot. Lately it's been snowing, but I'd like to check in with IBM once or twice a year and go home and help tell the IBM story and keep it visible, because we're kind of the land of AWS and Azure.
Yeah.
And as you and I were preparing, you said, well, we have ways to support, we play with AWS and Azure.
Let's talk about that for a second, right? So our view of the future is that it's going to be a multi-cloud world. And you've already heard that in our general talks, right? But now let's apply that to the security space. Is we've recently announced our certification on AWS and Azure of our flagship products with QRadar and Guardium. And that means that we're supporting our clients who are looking to move workloads to those kind of platforms. And I tell you, our partners are really all over that, because they're seeing huge amount of services associated with those kind of digital transformation and cloud movement projects. And our investments in those certifications makes it clear how to do that and makes it more easy to execute on those kind of programs. So we see a lot of interest from our partners in those new offerings.
Yeah. No, I'm glad to hear it because I think it is, well, collaboration always wins. That's how we try to roll at SMB Nation. We don't wake up thinking necessarily competition, but we wake up thinking collaboration and start our day from there. But Johan, good to catch a few minutes with you.
Thank you for your time.
All right. Thank you.
Great.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.